So exercise medicine is encouraging people of all ages to be active in some capacity to improve their health and decrease the risk of chronic conditions.
Okay. Well, my name is Keandre Glass. The field I'll be choosing to go into is athletic coaching. Um, I want to coach like high school players. So exercise and the medicine initiative focus on incorporating exercise and physical activity into the field of medicine. Um, the field of future coaching within the exercise medicine initiative is currently evolving and expanding. There is a growing recognition among healthcare professionals of the importance of exercise and physical activity in the preventative of therapeutic interventions. Many medical institutions and healthcare organizations have embraced the concept of exercise prescriptions and coaching as part of their patient care approach. And the integration of exercise coaching into medical practice is still in its early stages with varying levels of implementation across different healthcare settings. Um, Last thing, training programs and certifications for exercise coaches and specialists are being developed and offered to healthcare professionals interested in incorporating exercise into their practice.
All right, I agree with everything you said. I'm Liz. I'm going into physical therapy. Um, like I said, I agree with everything you said. I think that everyone involved with patients or clients in some capacity does need to be educated on the importance of exercise, whether that be physicians, coaches, physical therapists. It's very important. We discussed in class too about how everything counts, which is like a newer message associated with exercise as medicine. I think that's also important to remember, especially for older populations or people who have chronic conditions, in order to let them know, like, hey, like what you see on TV or like you see younger people doing possibly, um, you don't have to do exactly what they're doing in order to be healthy. Um, some everyday tasks in life can count towards that, and every little bit that you do being active counts. To, getting your heart rate up and like just simply walking is very good. As a PT, I would say when working with clients or patients, I probably would be giving them exercises to do at home on their own. So by giving them these exercises, I can also educate them on the importance of not only doing these exercises in order to improve their injury or their health, whatever it may be, but to also continue the prevention of future injuries.
Yeah, I totally agree with you on that too. Sounds pretty good.
Do you want to get into the interview then next?
Yeah.
Okay. Pull it up.
Can you just share the screen of
Oh
yours?
yeah. Yep. 1 second.
The person we interviewed is a old strength coach who was here. His name is Coach Chris Winter. He's now a athletic director at Freeland High School, I believe. He wasn't be able to attend the interview. He has a lot of stuff to do.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. So we can kind of, I guess, just read off like what his responses and if we have any comments to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can read the first one if you want.
Okay. Yep. So as like recently mentioned, he's the high school athletic director. He oversees all high school athletic operations, including sports performance, strength and conditioning. And before this role, he spent 13 years in strength and conditioning at the collegiate level.
Yep. The second question was, how long have you been in this role? He's been in the high school AD for about 8 months now. 13 in college and strength and conditioning.
And then has he spent time in the field in terms of sports performance field? Yes, he has. He's worked as a grad assistant director, and a director.
We asked him, was he familiar with the ACSM and exercise and medicine initiative? He says he's familiar with ASCM. His assumption is the initiative is a push for people to be proactive about their health and use exercise as a way to reduce the likelihood of significant diseases, both early and late in life.
And then we asked him what he thought of this initiative regarding the field, and he says he loves it. It's exactly how we keep people active, motivated, and also reduce mental health issues. I also kind of want to make a little comment on this. I think mental health issues as of late have been a very prevalent thing secondary to COVID. And then during the pandemic, obviously, lots of people were confined to their houses, and some even had to work through it, which could be very stressful, especially in healthcare. So I think during the pandemic, even just going out on short walks, like on their own like property, or even going on walks outside in their neighborhood while staying socially distanced, was very helpful, as like that's all they could do. Like if you didn't go on these walks and try to get your physical activity in, you'd just be confined in your house and possibly having experiencing some mental health issues. So I feel like exercise during the pandemic was very beneficial for most people.
Did you ever get COVID?
I did not. Did you?
No, I have about like, cause I'm an athlete here at
Mhm.
SVSU, so we had to get like tested like about like 5 times out of the week, I believe.
Wow.
So I had like a total of like 150 negative tests.
Oh, wow. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, I never got it either. During the pandemic, I didn't work in healthcare, but it was for the past year. I've been working in the ER as a scribe, so taking the notes for the physicians. And there's still been people testing positive, and I've been in a room with people and been exposed to it, but I have never tested positive. So I might guess there's a chance I've had it, but I just don't know.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Um, what question are we? Next question we asked him, did he participate in exercise in PA Weekly? He said yes. I would know because he coached me, so I've seen him work out. He trained us very well, and currently he exercises at a minimum of 4 days per week. That was probably the same amount what we did with him when he was our strength coach here at SVSU.
Do you have any idea what kind of training he does? Like, does he do like a combination of aerobic and strength training, I would assume?
Um, like beginning of the workout, so we stretch. Like especially like say we had like a heavy squat day, he'd make sure we had stretched like 20 minutes early before then. So like we'd do like a lot of hip mobility because that's what like squatting is, like hip mobility, um, hamstring stretches, quad stretches. Like you'll be sweating before you get in the weight room. So
Gotcha. Awesome. Um, And then we asked him, did he think that exercise and physical activity are being advocated? And he said, yes, it's being advocated on many fronts. There are so many informational modes that are providing content on physical activity and health. This is also typically a very common knowledge initiative. Most people understand and see the value in physical activity, but oftentimes it's the challenge of a schedule, confidence, or some other barrier that limits their ability to start or continue.
um, next question we asked him, do you feel there is adequate information and education regarding EIM in our field? He said not 100% what EIM is.
I guess personally, before I had Dr. Guerin last semester, I had no idea what exercise medicine is, and I had never heard of it before. So I guess I would probably say that like educational information out there and advocacy for it, at least on campus, is not super huge.
Yeah.
And then I had one other comment too. Sorry for the other question. He said it can be challenging due to your schedule confidence or some other barrier that limits our ability to start or continue. And I feel like nowadays, like with social media, um, it could be very intimidating for some people. Because like what they see influencers doing, they may not be able to. So I feel like again, reiterating everything counts is very beneficial, and like don't be intimidated by what other people are doing,
Yeah.
basically. And then the last question we asked, is there anything else that you could share regarding exercise and physical activity for someone going into the field? And he said, never stop learning. We have finally started to tap the surface of technology and understanding what any form of exercise is actually doing to our bodies. Also, the neural, endocrine, and cognitive aspects are being considered far more in the training world than ever before. There is so much to learn and improve on right now as it relates to the application and prescription of performance training. Use this time to build your knowledge base to positively impact those that you may be working with.
I didn't know what none of this stuff was until I met Dr. G. So
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like it's a great message overall. And then I like how he commented on never stop learning because I feel like we can get into the routine of things like if we figured out like a workout that works really well for us, and we just continue to do it over and over again. There's always new things to learn. There's always like science, there's always new discoveries being found. And I personally find anatomy and physiology very interesting. So
yeah, I'm a criminal justice major. It's just my minor. So
yeah.
man, I'm glad I'm learning this stuff. So it's like
Mhm.
I can know what to do with my body, make sure I'm healthy, make sure I'm doing the right things, so I can teach it to other people, teach it
Yep.
to the younger kids, get them right too.
Yep, I feel like a lot of like nowadays, like coaches mean well, but if they don't have like the proper education in terms of like what the kid should be doing, like proper technique and stuff like
Yeah,
that, it could be very detrimental.
yeah. Well, I think that's it.
Yeah, I think we're good. Do you know how to stop recording?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Trying to see. Mm.